It is the Riot Podcast. Hello, everybody. Well, or just one person, because you're just an individual listening.
We see you.
Unless there's a group of you.
Right. You sharing this with your friends?
Yeah.
You all gathered around?
In the car, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, happy Wednesday to you if you are listening on Wednesday, because that's when we're recording this. And happy, not just Wednesday, happy National Brownie Day.
Isaiah, do you like brownies?
I love brownies. I prefer a brownie over a cookie for
Really?
sure.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
I love brownies.
Did you guys see what's in the fridge?
Is there brownies in the fridge?
There's a huge box of Cheryl's cookies.
Oh, yeah, I saw
and
that.
they usually have sometimes like
Some
a brownie
brownies,
in there
too.
too.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting on like who's going to open it.
Oh, it'll be me.
I didn't know if that was for us or not.
I didn't know
Somebody
either.
else we share the
We
fridge
have
with.
other
or-
people that, work in the building, a part
Yeah.
of RadioU, but then also part of something else. They just give them all to us.
Oh, they
so
do?
it's good. We can take them.
Ooh, I'll have to look into that after we're done with this.
I'm going to wait for them to open it, but they'll be here in a little bit. So I'll make sure I bring it up.
Sounds good.
Yeah, like,
I was
are we
going to
ready
ask.
for these or
Oh, we're ready. We are absolutely ready.
For brownies, two things. One, are you guys crunchy brownies
Or fudgy?
Or fudgy.
Whatever you would count the edge.
You
I
like the edge?
I like the edge of
Ooh.
brownies.
What
the
about you?
outside piece?
Yeah.
I like the outside piece, but I still want it to be soft.
Little crunchy,
Yeah.
but then you get like a little
Yeah.
layer of
Crisp
soft
around the
around
edge.
it.
Warmth, of
Because
course.
you can get the brownie pans that are just edges only. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
those pizza pan things.
Oh, yeah? I'm all fudge all the time. I mean, basically,
the middle
I don't
part?
even want it to be cooked. Just
Yeah.
just give me a brownie with a brownie batter with a spoon,
All right,
and I'll
well,
be
the
good.
countdown is ticking for you to get salmonella.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then I also was going to ask, do you guys prefer brownies with or without frosting?
Frosting?
Ooh, I'm without.
Yeah.
I don't need frosting with my
I do.
brownies.
I'll take
You're
it.
frosting. I am highly anti-frosting on brownies.
I'm not highly anti-frosting, but I wouldn't do it myself. But if a brownie did have frosting on it,
Wouldn't hate it.
I would still eat it.
Well,
In fact, you'd be like, ooh, bonus.
Yeah.
you lick the frosting off the top
Before?
would be the right way to do it, because then you still get a brownie without frosting,
Yeah, but
which
what's
is the right
harm?
way.
The brownie is being helped by the
No,
icing.
it's not being
It's a
helped. See, that's the thing.
partnership.
No.
Okay, it's like the ketchup hot dog people. It's
Yeah.
fine. Just put whatever.
I just, frosting is made for cake. It's fine for cookies. It's just for brownies. Again, I guess when you want a really fudgy brownie,
That's like cake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or the fudge is the frosting because it's so liquidy. So
Guys, we have to stop.
Yeah.
I'm really hungry.
I really
I know,
do
I
want
am
a
really
so
nice
hungry.
It's
fudgy
not
brownie
fair
right now.
anymore.
I'm so hungry. I really want a brownie.
Well, let's change the topic
Did
to
we
something
talk
else we
about
talked about
anything
today.
else besides
Yeah.
food?
Oh yeah, of course we did.
We talked about how no matter how many days we work, we'll always want to work less.
We'll never be satisfied.
Pretty much no matter what.
But we have found, we've talked about the 4-day work week a lot. We found a compromise that might work.
This actually could work for us, but so far no talks are on the table, so we'll see. We'll update you guys.
Yeah, well, we'll just save that idea for when you get to it in the podcast.
Actually, it's
You have
for
to
when
keep
you renew
listening.
your contract or your,
Yeah,
your
yeah, right.
employment. That's when you bring this one of of more than just a 4-day work week.
You get your union lawyers, your representatives
we
on
don't
this
have
one.
that.
No. We talked about that. We also touched on a new Starbucks hack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That pretty much just has you get it without ice.
it's
Don't
not that
ruin it.
complex.
It's not
Come
ruined.
on,
It's
they
just
could
like
have kept listening to the podcast.
it's just so like you're
Anticlimactic,
cheating.
yeah.
You're just cheating.
No, you're not.
Since when are
cheating.
you such a you want to pad Starbucks
I'm not trying to do the
profits so
right
much?
thing or something, but at the same time, if it's like a hack, like it just doesn't feel like a hack to me, you know? It doesn't feel like a legit like this
But
is a
that's
hack.
because you don't go to Starbucks and order $6 ice.
Yeah, you're right. I
that's
don't-
true.
Normally,
That's a good
all my
point.
drinks, I will sometimes be done with it before I pull out of Starbucks because it's all ice.
Yep, that's a great
So
point.
sometimes the hack is not a bad thing.
My disappointment with this hack is it has no application whatsoever to hot drinks, which is the only thing I ever
Yeah,
get at
that's what you
Starbucks.
really need.
Yeah, I need a hot drink hack. You got anything else?
Let's take a look here. I would say the other thing that kind of was interesting to me is I don't even know how to
Wait,
describe
the
this.
only other thing that's interesting.
What are you talking about? No,
We did a whole podcast.
Listen,
for
everything
this
else
moment
is
right
trash.
now, for this moment right now, the other thing that I would say would be a good thing for the intro was when you guys were talking about giving birth in a Tesla.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like we didn't hype up enough how like It was like a Tesla.
Yeah,
Like,
but
What do you
now
mean?
the Tesla's like baby stuff
it's not
in
like
it.
it's not like
You have to
ruined
go
though.
get it detailed.
Like it's kind of like a cool way to like give birth. Like, oh yeah, I gave birth, and like it's kind of like a slight flex. Like, yeah, I gave birth in a Tesla.
no,
It
it's
is
like,
definitely cooler
I
giving
was
birth-
birthed in it
Yeah.
when the little baby grows up.
Yeah.
It is. It's cooler to say I was born in a Tesla or I gave birth in a Tesla than it would be to be like an Oldsmobile, or, you know, like
Yeah.
some just old
My
or
dad's
random car.
Silverado.
Yeah, right.
Your very first car that you still have because it's fine and you don't need to
Yes.
buy anything
I
else
mean,
because this is not a time to buy a car, guys.
The
No.
Tesla people would have you say that it's not all that different from a hospital, honestly.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, that's true.
it's
You're in and out.
perfectly safe. You don't even have to drive while you give birth.
That's what I was thinking. I was
Yeah.
like, do they even have to have a hand on the wheel? They were
Right.
still going to the hospital,
In
you know.
traffic, you're not moving. So
Right, it was New York City. They weren't going anywhere anyway,
Yeah.
so- which is exactly why they had to give birth in the Tesla.
That's it.
So.
Well, enjoy the podcast today. Let's see. Anything we should share for? I was going to mention we're giving away Christmas ornaments tomorrow, but if you're a podcast listener, you might be a little late. So if you
Yeah.
can, try to check out our show tomorrow morning live.
Thursday the 9th.
Yeah, Thursday the 9th and Friday the 10th. It's 6 a.m. until noon Eastern time. So check out for your chance at RadioU.com and find out how to listen for your chance to get some Radio U Christmas ornaments.
And we'll check you next time.
Bye.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy dandy fast forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Pour one out this morning for my garbage bin. It's put in a lot of good service.
Your trash can?
Yeah.
What
over
happened?
Well, I can't be quite sure because I wasn't there, but it is smashed to pieces.
And you don't think you did it?
I don't, Nikki,
I don't know. I'm just checking.
I don't think I did it.
You
I know
what?
I didn't do it.
We just want to make sure we covered everything, right?
I did not smash my garbage bin. It was fine when I put it out yesterday morning to be taken while I was at work yesterday, and then I come home.
If I had to guess, I bet they did it.
Somebody did it. Some culprit is out there. I can only assume that it was smashed into by somebody driving.
Or do you think the trash people who like the trash
I
truck?
don't know. How would they do that? The neighbor's trash can was fine.
Well, they're sending a statement.
Yeah. They're not going to take responsibility either.
Is it the type where the trash can like holder lifts it up and puts it in, or do you have
I think it
trash
usually
guys?
is. I don't think it's guys. I think it's a machine.
Maybe it just squeezed too hard.
You think?
Yeah, maybe.
It's the lid that's really messed up. You know what it could be?
What?
Yeah, maybe you're right, because it was windy at sometimes, right? So maybe if the wind blew off the lid and then it squeezed the lid, maybe that's what it is.
And then it went pop.
Yeah, right.
And now it's no longer.
That could be it. But because I was assuming somebody ran into it, and I was thinking, how could somebody, it's a giant trash can. It's not the biggest size. I will request the biggest size now that I have to get rid of this one because I'm very wasteful. But I thought somebody must have run into it going
maybe.
25 miles an hour on my road.
Well, now's the
couldn't stop in
time
time.
to find out the hardest thing in the world is to throw away a trash can.
Yeah, how
It
do I
is
get rid of it?
almost impossible.
Nobody will
It's
take it.
so hard.
Hey, you know what? We got a dumpster right here. Nobody can stop me, right?
You can put it in there.
Yeah, I know. I just have to take it, and it's going to smell up my car and stuff like that.
One time we tried to drown ours in the lake.
Yeah?
Just because no one would pick it up.
No one would take it,
But
huh?
you can spray paint it.
Yeah.
And so that way they kind of know, but they still won't ever pick it up.
It's also still a lot of work.
It's going to be a lot of work. So good luck to you
Well,
and to your new trash can when it comes.
When I get rid of it, I might as well fill it also with garbage.
Oh, and then throw it away.
Yeah, right.
Actually, that's a fantastic
Kill two
idea.
birds with one stone.
Why don't you wait till you do your end of the year cleaning if you do anything like that?
Yeah.
Fill it up, throw it in our dumpster over there, and no one will
No
ever
one will be the
notice.
wiser.
That's
I'll do it on Christmas week after everybody's gone. Nobody
No
will
one will
even
be
know.
here.
Yeah.
The Riot Podcast. Radio U.
Around this time every year, I almost forgot, but this is when KFC puts out their famous 11 herbs and spices fire log.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, you can get it right now. It looks like at Walmart.com. It might be an exclusive, until people buy it on there and start selling it on eBay or something. But you can get it at Walmart.com. For me, it's coming up as $15.88.
Is that a lot for a fire starter log?
That seems like a lot for one log, doesn't it?
Well, you're adding it's really spices.
Yeah, right.
It's the packaging.
And carefully
it's
crafted. Yeah, so
it's handcrafted.
it's edible. So
oh no, it's not.
It's got the 11 herbs and spices.
Oh no! Listen, if someone takes from this that you can go lick it or something, then that's bad. That's on our end.
This is why I can't
That's
have one
a no
because that's
here.
all I would want to do. You give me this, and I just want to turn it into a popsicle and be like.
Honestly, you could just do a normal like fire start log, and then just throw in your leftover
chicken, your bones,
or just a little bit of extra chicken on them.
Like just the box?
You could throw
just the box
everything
with the
in.
grease in the bottom?
All of it. And start a small grease fire.
That's how it would work, yes. So so you can get it. But if you go to Walmart.com and buy the KFC fire log, not only do you get the fire log, you also get the chance to stay at a KFC fire log cabin.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it all made from nothing but fire logs?
You know what? That would be great. That'd be quite
That's
the construction
dangerous.
project. It would be hard for all the construction workers to make it through that, I think.
Can you imagine when the fire chief comes through for inspections? Are these fire logs?
Are these FDA approved?
What are these?
So they have a fire log cabin, 7,000 square feet.
Wow.
You'll get to spend it on a 200-acre protected nature reserve. It's in Kentucky.
It actually looks really nice.
Yeah, it does. And there's lots of KFC there. You get a 3-day, 2-night stay. Sounds pretty sweet, doesn't it?
Well, sign up. Sign up for us. Let us know.
Well, I gotta buy a fire log.
All right. Well,
And we don't have a fireplace here. And neither do I at home, unfortunately.
I don't either.
Darn it.
So
You don't have a fireplace?
Well, I do, but it's just where you flip the switch.
Oh, it's not a real one.
I don't think
you can still throw this in there. It's safe, probably.
I don't think I can.
Come on.
That might be voiding
What's the worst
it.
that could happen?
Well, it all goes up in flames.
Wait,
That's the worst.
Voiding the fireplace warranty or voiding the entry into the sweepstakes to get to the fire log cabin?
Voiding my house. Like voiding literally everything.
I mean, it's in a fireplace, so it'd be fine.
No, because mine's
That's
not.
what it's meant for.
But mine's not like a real fireplace.
It's got fire in it.
That's being generous. It's just a few little flames here or there.
I think it'd be fine.
Fine, you try it then.
I'm not even lucky enough to have a fake fireplace.
Get a bucket, all right? Get
Yeah,
something
just put it
and
in
you're
a bucket.
fine. It looks cool. It looks really nice. So you can try to win one of those with the KFC themed log cabin vacation with the KFC fire logs.
This would really make me want KFC right now, too, if I didn't just have KFC yesterday.
Oh, you did?
and I was sorely disappointed.
So you can download the KFC app and enter. Okay, so maybe you don't have to actually.
Of course, because no purchase necessary, right? They have to say that. Yeah.
So none of us have the KFC app, but you can. And then you can enter the contest through December 31st. Or if you get the fire log, you just scan the QR code.
There you go. Well, I was going to say get the KFC app, but you do get bang for your buck. For your bucket.
Bucket.
For your bucket, bang for your bucket, because they give you a free order of large fries with any order right now.
Didn't know that.
But the fries aren't very good.
That's okay. We can't get it all right,
No,
can
that's
we?
not at KFC. You can't.
Nope.
Only at Popeyes.
Hudson sees the glass as half empty. But get this. He thinks a glass half empty is good. The Riot. Radio U.
Good morning, Isaiah.
Good morning.
I invited you over because I used to be, when I started on this show, I was the one who loved a good deal. And then you came over and you took that mantle from me.
It ran
You think
with
so?
it?
You taken it and run with it as the person who loves to be frugal.
I think we both do a pretty good job of liking a good deal.
I mean,
that means I'm the big spender.
Yeah, that puts
you
you in
definitely are.
I think
Not
you're just a
even
normal
close.
person, Nikki.
You had like an $80 water bottle you were ready to buy.
Yeah,
so.
that was a little
Hey,
bit. That was
your
bad.
health, hello, okay? That's where you don't be cheap at.
You can't
Yeah.
spend too much on your
and
health.
it lit up.
There was lights, LEDs. It was totally worth it.
And it would talk to me, but
Yes.
whatever.
Well, Isaiah, since I know you love to save money, I thought you might be interested, or at least I wanted to get your take in the TikTok hack that is going around for Starbucks, although I think you may be able to use this at other restaurants, other locations as well. So the hack is, and Nikki, I'm sure you've seen this because it's on TikTok.
This one floats around every so many years.
Often,
this one's not technically new. It's just now really bad.
Yeah, it's resurfaced, and it is you go to Starbucks, you ask for your drink, you ask for it with no ice, but you also ask for a cup of only ice. Then when you pour it out into the cup with ice, all of a sudden it's like you have 2 full-size drinks with ice.
What?
What do you mean, what?
What do you mean?
I don't understand. Like,
Well,
how do I
okay.
have 2 full-size drinks if I poured some out of one of the
But
cups?
remember, if you get a Starbucks drink, it has so much ice in it. Now,
Yes.
Starbucks will tell you that's needed to make it. So
Yeah.
they always say that. But if you ask for no ice, then you get more. You get the full cup of drink.
But you
Yes.
can still have it with ice.
But you're getting a side cup empty with just ice, no drink. And so then you pour the full thing in, and you're getting more of the product.
I get what you're
More
saying
drink.
now. So you just don't use as much ice.
Yeah, and so it's just in the 2 drinks that you separate it yourself.
You get to use what some might say is the appropriate amount of ice for
Oh,
your
Yeah.
drink.
I know, but they really do make it with a lot.
Oh, they do. They
So
so do.
So essentially, you're cheating.
No,
What's cheating about
It
this?
sounds like you're cheating.
That's a
Are
harsh
the-
word. Like,
are-
wait, do you need to go back out and come back in?
It
What's
just
that?
it sounds like you're because like you're getting more liquid than you're supposed to.
Are you not just working at Starbucks? Are you a Starbucks manager
No,
or
I'm
something?
just saying. So like obviously like it's like a hack, but
He's
like
an
the hack
hack.
is just like they're giving you more liquid than you normally would get.
Wait a minute. Are you cheating them, or have they been cheating you this whole time?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's deep.
See?
That's very deep.
I thought you would stand up for the little guy here, as
See,
in us.
See, I think that, like, for me personally, I would never do this because I'm not a big Starbucks guy in general.
Yeah.
But there's just, like, a lot that goes into it. Having to be the guy that's like, can I get the side? Like, they know what you're doing.
Oh, absolutely.
So, like, I don't like being that guy.
Well, what are they going to do?
They're not going to do anything.
Spit in your drink, maybe? Or
They're just going to look
Well,
at
you'll
you
be able
with
to see it because
disgust.
there's no ice in it.
because you can make it out.
Yeah.
They say people are like, "Good job, you accomplished getting 2 watered down drinks." And I can't do any trend stuff because then they get mad at you.
They
'cause
know
they're-
you just
they're
watched a
frustrated.
TikTok.
Yeah.
But for this, I mean, let's just leave it at this. Starbucks puts too much ice in it, but also we shouldn't cheat and ask for no.
Let's be
Right in
let's
the
be
middle.
fair about this too. It's not just Starbucks.
Oh, every
Every
place.
place
Everywhere.
has a giant scoop of ice, and when you make a drink, if you're working there, you're supposed to use this giant scoop of ice, and then when you put in the actual drink, it's just like
I hate that.
fingers
I hate
worth,
it.
2 fingers worth of Coke or whatever it is, and it's not right. I don't even need the ice. I just ask for it without the ice.
Okay, that's good too. But okay, Eric always asks for no ice. I don't like, now that we're all just in line talking about things we don't like with it. I don't like that. Then I get no ice put in my cup because they assume that no one
They
in
don't
the
want
whole
ice in
party
any of
wants
it?
Yes.
And you're like, wait, I wanted ice.
Like, I wanted the ice. No, I hate when the workers fill it up. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't want that much ice.
The
I know
worst.
that ice is not coming out of your paycheck,
Right.
nor is the root beer. They cost like no money at all. Like soft drinks cost like no money for the restaurant. So I'm
Yeah.
like, why in the world are you filling me up with so much ice? I get that, like, that's how they teach you and train you, but at the same time, like, there's some rules
Come
you
on.
just break. Come
Unless
on.
it's the Sonic ice, which I do really
Oh,
like.
I do like the
Ooh, that's like a
Sonic
different-
ice.
that's a
Good.
different
That's
thing.
different.
The
I don't mind a
circular.
little overloading on
Yeah.
that one, but
Yes.
for everybody else, see, everybody gets opinionated about this.
We do. We all the fast food restaurants have to be listening. You want happier customers? Stop with the ice.
And stop putting in regular instead of diet when we ask for diet.
Yeah,
okay?
come on.
There we go. That's it. That's all that I have to
That's all I
complain
want.
about.
That's all I want. That's it.
All we have right now. We'll come back later with more.
If you're looking for hot takes on the day's most important news stories, you're in the wrong place. You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Share your thoughts with me, Nikki, on the movie It's a Wonderful Life. Have
Is
you
that-
ever seen it?
You know, I don't know if I've seen the whole thing, but I think I've seen probably the iconic parts of it.
Yeah.
Is that the angel gets its wing one?
Yep, that's
And the
right. Every
guys-
time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
And the guy running through the snow or something.
Oh, yeah.
Upset.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I've seen
Yep.
the big parts.
Yeah, and it's got it's Jimmy Stewart is the star. He's like, what do you want, Mary?
I knew you could do Jimmy Stewart.
Oh,
I
yeah,
knew
everybody
you
can do
could.
Jimmy
I know
Stewart.
you could.
Everybody who knows who Jimmy Stewart is.
Yes.
Everybody who was alive in the 1940s.
And then
and
there's
me.
some little girl like crying or something.
Yeah,
and-
it's it's got a lot going on, and I like how this article describes it, where it says that around Christmas, it's weird that It's a Wonderful Life, which is such a dour movie in many ways. It's a downer until the very end. Spoiler alert for this movie that came out 70, 50?
1946.
Yeah, I can't do the math on that, but it was a lot of years. 70 years ago, right? Like almost, or
If
just
you
go?
can't do the math, I'm not doing the
All
math.
right.
So.
At least 70 years ago.
A long time
yes,
ago.
in a land far away.
It made $3.3 million at its box office,
Yeah.
and its budget was $3.7 million, which feels like a lot for that time.
Yeah, and it was Jimmy Stewart. You had to pay a lot to get Jimmy Stewart. So in this movie, it's kind of more of a darker Christmas movie, and so it's weird that it's caught on as a Christmas classic. But and especially at that time, why would you do that? Well, here's the deal about It's a Wonderful Life. It, like you said, it barely made back its budget when it was originally released. It wasn't a big hit at all.
Oh, it didn't come till later?
Yeah, but there is a reasonable explanation for how it became a beloved Christmas classic.
We're more depressed now. And
Yeah, right. That's
we like
what it
depressed
is.
Movies?
Well, I was saying all that to say, I think a lot of the movies now, even though they, we're just more used to more upsetting movies, all year round.
It probably wouldn't even upset us if we watched it.
Yeah, I never considered It's a Wonderful Life to be that upsetting, but at that time, I'm sure it was. So what happened was it was released in the 1940s, and then did you know that every 28 years with copyright law, you're supposed to renew your copyright, right?
Yeah.
After every 28 years. But for this movie, for whatever reason, and nobody knows why, but they assume it was just probably some simple human error, just somebody forgot.
Was it a Christmas miracle?
It was a Christmas. Yes, that's what it was. That's exactly what it was.
Did someone not renew their copyright?
They did not renew the copyright. So in the 70s, 28 years after the movie was released, 1974, all of a sudden it became public domain because nobody renewed the copyright. So now
it's free.
all the 5 TV channels in that time could all play it for free. And so that's what they did around Christmas time.
And people got used to watching it and it became a classic.
Yep. And so all the people now that grew up in the 70s watching It's a Wonderful Life, and since then, that's what made it have a boom in popularity and make people have the chance to even fall in love with it, because otherwise it just would have been some forgotten movie.
Well, does anybody watch it because for us it's still like Home Alone and Elf and
the newer ones.
that's about it. But
But your White Christmas, right?
Yeah, White Christmas.
That's your one oldie.
That is my one old one. But does anybody is this still a classic? Because
I think. Yeah, or is it like the boomers that love it?
Well, I don't think I'm not watching it on TV. So does it stream anywhere?
I looked it up.
Do we have to? Is this a common movie that we didn't realize that a lot of people just have to watch every year?
My dad and mom are kind of boomers, and my dad would always make sure to watch this. This is like the Christmas Eve. This is like the
that's the
top.
big one?
This is the big It's either this or that one old version of A Christmas Carol. So it was big in my house, but since I moved out, I don't know if I've seen it. But my wife, give you a whole background on my family, my mother-in-law hates it, so she would never watch it. So my wife hasn't seen it, but this year she's like, we got to watch it. I haven't. So we're finally going to dig out the old. It looks like Amazon Prime and maybe Peacock. I don't know. NBC will have it on TV though. So
Not going to do that.
You can check. Well, it's long enough, and then it's probably even longer with commercials.
Listen, I can't do NBC. I can't do Peacock.
Yeah, well,
but if it's Amazon, is it Prime or is it just on there?
I think it's on Prime. If you want to check it out, you can learn all about Jimmy Stewart and how he wants to kill himself at Christmas.
I love a good holiday movie.
Yeah,
Boy, it really is a downer. I mean, again, I only saw the end clips.
Again. Spoiler alert, he doesn't kill himself.
I know, but come on. It's just a sad trip there to get to that point. And during the holidays, maybe that's not the best.
Maybe not. I always remember liking It's a Wonderful Life.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
We like to be, we don't enjoy it, but we have to be a little critical of China on the show, right?
Yes, I guess.
We're not the biggest fans of the way the country is run.
Sure.
But, hey, I can get on board with this. Anytime you're talking about giving me money, I'm on board. We have a city in China.
Which is good. You just need to get the right amount for Hudson to be okay.
Yeah, I can be bought, just like the International Olympic Committee.
I know. Don't even bring that up, man. Oh, my gosh.
The city of...
Don't send any diplomatic people, but sure, let's send everybody else.
Right. That'll send a message. Harbin, China, they have decided that they are going to start offering people 10,000 yen, which converts to a little over 1,500 US dollars if they report that they test positive for COVID-19.
Why are you getting paid if you test positive?
Because they want to have zero COVID. They still think that in China, they think they can eliminate COVID 100%.
Well,
is what they're hoping.
So they want to make sure that, okay, well, wait. So, because if you paid me $1,500, I'd have COVID.
I know, right? It feels like this would be having the opposite effect.
I do. I think
everybody would be out there getting COVID. I've avoided even getting tested.
I know.
But all of a sudden, if it was $1,500 if you test positive, I'd be testing like 5 times a day.
Anytime.
I'd be licking countertops and everything.
I'd be like, here, have you had COVID? Okay, come over here.
Yeah.
I need you to currently have it.
Can you breathe in my mouth, please?
No, I want them to take the test on my behalf. I'm not being close. Hudson and I are very proud that we have yet to have a COVID test.
Yeah.
And we want to try to keep it that way. But that is tempting for $1,570 if you proactively come forward to report your own COVID symptoms. If they find you and they do it on their end, you're not getting the money. It's you have to go forward.
Yeah, so it seems like it would just get people out there trying to find the virus. Now, granted, in China, and if these numbers can be believed, they're only reporting like 90 cases of the virus in the whole country per day or something.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, does anybody? But that's because nobody's reporting themselves.
So for this,
all of a sudden you start offering people $1,500, the cases are going to shoot through the roof.
So they say that they want to stop it from spreading uncontrolled in the city. So they want people to come forward and take the test.
Yeah.
And let's see. Yeah, I think that's about it. So it's an incentive to get people to report their illness.
Now, I do have to have this one thought flow through my head, which is in the United States, we just gave everybody like $1,200 a couple times last year, even whether you got COVID or not.
Yeah.
So we're getting our money our own ways here in the U.S. too. But still, you could add $1,500 more on top of it. You just move to Harbin, China with the virus, and you're good to go.
Yeah,
$1,500.
Geez, Hudson, just those few steps.
Yeah, it'll pay for your trip and then some.
I want us to all realize this, and I know we all got a little money fun with the deposits when we got all that, but in the bigger picture of life, $1,500 is not as much.
It's not really that much
as it feels like when you
just get it.
When you just get it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if this is worth uprooting your life to go move.
Well,
for the one-time payment.
Maybe this is just something you take to your city council.
Oh, to see if they'll do it?
Yeah, like, hey, come on, we're not. You're trying to talk people into quarantining, to get vaccinated, to wear masks. How about we just, to keep the spread of the virus, we just pay people $1,500?
I don't think people have a problem going to take a test. I don't think you need to be paid for that.
But
we would like to, but I don't think you need to be paid for that.
Do you think we could curb? No, we've already tried.
What?
Just like paying people to not
go out and do things?
Yeah, we tried that, didn't we?
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. Well, kudos to you if you're in Harbin, China. Go out there and get the virus.
No.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Something I was thinking about recently, and actually it ties in. We were talking about It's a Wonderful Life a few minutes ago. Some say it's a Christmas movie, some don't. It's probably an argument for another day.
But I think everybody says it does have some depressing elements.
It does have some depressing elements. And the whole plot of the movie is Jimmy Stewart's character, George Bailey. I say Jimmy Stewart as if anybody
knows.
Yeah, right. He was really popular at one time.
You watch old movies.
Yeah.
Most of
Everybody
us
else
don't.
is like, is that a NASCAR driver or something?
I couldn't tell you anything else that he's been in,
No.
though I've heard the name.
Yeah. Well, I could tell you, but I digress. George
Tell me
Bailey,
later.
the character in the movie, he basically thinks everybody would be better off if he just went away, if he was never there. And we've seen that play out. And you've probably seen that, even if you haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life, you've probably seen like even kids' TV shows that have borrowed from that idea of, we're insignificant, whatever we're doing, like people, like sometimes we're causing more harm than good. Everything would be better off if we just went away. And of course, we always find out that's not true. That doesn't stop us from feeling that way. And it's not just about, to me, like what I deal with sometimes is not just thinking that your whole life is insignificant, but just like every little thing you do it's not that important, right? Like, I mean, who really cares if I show up to work today? Who really cares what I do with my, all this stuff of, you can just wind up feeling like, what is the purpose of any little thing in life? But the truth is, of course, if any of us were to disappear, like it would affect a lot of people. It would really matter. You're not insignificant. And the things you do aren't insignificant either, because all those little things you do add up to a lot of meaning. Like they all lead to somewhere. And God wants you to know that. Jesus wants you to know that he's seeing everything you're doing. And so even if you're doing, like, maybe you're feeling like, well, I did some really good stuff and nobody seems to care. God cares.
He's proud of you.
Yes, he is. He really is. Jesus sees what's going on in your life, the big stuff, the little stuff. And because God loves you and because God sees what you're doing, everything is significant to him. So even if you're not always grasping that, and even if it doesn't always feel that way, God sees what you're doing. God is watching you and helping you through life, and everything you do matters to him. Your life matters. So it's important. As a whole, it's important. All the little stuff you do is important. God cares about it, and he wants to be there with you through your entire life. And all you need to do is ask, say, hey, God, I need that reminder. Jesus, I want you in my life. I want you to let me know that you're there 100% of the time and that what I'm doing is important. God will talk to you about that, and he'll walk with you through every aspect of your life.
Yeah! You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, Isaiah, how's your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah, Isaiah?
Pretty typical.
It was a few days ago.
Yeah. What is today, Wednesday?
Well, you
that's
don't
a
ask
while
about
back.
weekends on Wednesday.
Thanks for finally getting around to asking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
it
thought
was
I'd
great.
check in. You even remember the weekend?
Not much.
Well, do you think your weekend would be a little better if it was a half day longer?
A half day?
Yeah.
Yes.
How does that sound?
Oh, Isaiah's jumping in. You're like, yeah, I'm totally ready
Yes.
for it. That's because Isaiah does more on the weekends than I ever do. So he needs the extra
He needs
time.
extra time. If he had a half day, he might relax for half a day.
Isaiah makes
No,
me
I
realize
would just make more plans.
I'm lazier on the weekends than him, and I don't have as many friends. But you could use the extra time.
Yeah, who couldn't? Well, we've heard that countries like Iceland, New Zealand, Japan, they've moved to the 4-day work week, whereas most of the rest of the world, including the United States, we're stuck with the 5-day work week, and we refuse to change.
Hey, if you're
But-
lucky to get your stuff done in the 5 days,
Yeah.
you might have to do more than that.
Yeah, you're right. We're not only do we have a 5-day work week, we're overworked in those 5 days.
That's right.
It's like we might as well be having a 6-day work week. Well, what if we had a little compromise? What if we meet in the middle? 4.5 days. It is what they are doing in the United Arab Emirates, where at least for federal employees, starting on January 1st, 2022, they have announced that their new work week will run from Monday morning, 7:30 a.m. until Friday at noon.
And that's when the weekend
So then the
starts?
weekend starts Friday at noon, and you get all the rest of Friday and then all of Saturday and Sunday as your weekend. How's that sound?
But the problem is, I mean, this really just affects like when banks are open or
Yeah.
like when a school would be open.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean necessarily that your job would say, no, Friday at noon, that's it.
You guys are out of here.
Yeah, because not everybody can stop working.
Not it's only for the federal
Government
employees,
workers.
but they don't really, I guess they don't care. But the speculation would be that the rest of the majority of the companies that just work regular office hours too would possibly follow suit. So that is a possibility. But at least if you're working for the government, you get an extra nice long weekend for you.
4.5 days.
Yeah.
I think like it also says like it's like boost productivity and like boost morale. Like it might boost morale, but like no matter what, when I come in on a Monday, it doesn't matter if I miss Wednesday through Friday of the past week. I'm coming in with as low morale as
There
possible.
it
It's a
is.
Monday.
There it
I have no
is.
extra like work ethic because I got to leave early on Friday. It's still a Monday, so it doesn't make a difference to me.
So you're saying you like the 5-day work week?
I'm not saying I like it, but I'm saying that if we do go to the 4-day, don't expect me to be more productive on Monday, Tuesday, and
Yeah.
Wednesday.
You might not be more productive, but at least you'll be happier.
I don't even know if I'd be happier on a Monday.
Well-
If I got half a day off on Friday, I'm going to come on Monday and say, today sucked. It's still a Monday. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, but I just got half a Friday off. Oh, my gosh, I'm so happy today. I'd be like, oh, my gosh, I can't wait till Friday. It's
But
going to be
then
so
everybody
great.
would hate the half day on Friday. Like, why
Yeah.
do we have to work
Well,
at
Why
all
am I
on
even
Friday?
coming in anyway? Yeah.
I was going to say, I think, well, yeah, for sure. Why am I even coming in? I think in the United States and many places anyways, Friday might as well be a half day. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
so many people leave early on Fridays anyways, and they just kind of phone it in. So.
Is that what you're doing, Hudson? Hudson's like, yeah, Friday, you might as well not even show up. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm here, but am I really here?
Yeah, right. But let me tell you what I like about this from our perspective. Every time we hear about the 4-day work week, it's like, yeah, but even if we went to that in the United States, we'd still have to work 5 days a week because we would. But if this, like, we could do this. We could maybe RadioU can be a industry leader
Because
in
we
the
still
United
do the
States.
show.
We can still do the show and just
Yeah.
leave early. We could do it. We could
It
do
is
a
possible.
4.5 day week.
Listen, I'm going to let you take the lead on that. It sounds tiring.
Yeah, spearhead that for us, Hudson. You
Well,
let us know when we're out of
You
here.
tell
all right?
us what our hours will be.
If we had an extra half day on the weekend, anyways, it would just feel like more pressure to get the week to get stuff done on the weekend. That's
Before.
not necessarily work, but just work at home.
I think
Oh.
honestly, what it's like is we're not happy with anything. So
That's right. As
there's-
long as we have to work,
there's
we're
a
gonna
won't
be
be
upset.
enough.
with something.
It'll never be enough.
Oh, I love our work ethic.
Until I retire, I'll be working too much.
There'll always be a problem.
Yes.
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about. But that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on Radio U.
All right, it's time for a new segment on the Riot.
Yeah.
Baby talk.
Oh,
It'd
yay.
be good if we just started talking like babies, or like we were talking to babies.
Even I
Oh,
think
good you go. Look
Oh,
at
no,
you.
no,
Look
no.
at you.
That-
Little cheeks.
that would annoy ourselves. No, we cannot do that.
Baby would be very frightened if I started talking to her like that. That would not be a happy baby.
It's nice that you can talk baby talk, but I don't need to hear it.
You don't want to hear it on the radio.
No.
So I have here not one but two stories about you could say inopportune pregnancies, just where the baby had to be, delivered at a time that wasn't the most
Oh, the
convenient.
baby being born?
Yeah. So tell me which one you find more impressive. We have a woman in New York City. She got stuck in traffic, her and her husband, while they were on the way to the hospital. So she was in labor, and they wound up getting stuck in traffic on their way to the medical center, NYU Medical Center. So they flagged down the cops, and the husband told the cops, he's like, hey, we're trying to get to the hospital, but I don't think we're going to make it because of the traffic. My wife might have given birth by the time we walked back to the car. And sure enough, they walked
The
back to the
baby
car.
was there?
And there was the baby born in a Tesla.
Not a manger.
Yeah, right.
Oh, in traffic in New York.
Yeah, so
Aw.
they haven't
I bet
released-
The cops are like, at first, if someone will use
Any excuse? Oh, yeah.
to get out of traffic or to get some sort of help through it.
Yeah.
So at first they're probably like, yeah, right.
So that you're definitely right, but they that would just make traffic even worse. That's the problem.
Well, that's on you now, Tesla. So
Right.
give this baby something.
Well, I was gonna say they haven't released the name of the mom and the baby, but how can the baby not be named Tesla? Right?
It'd be perfect.
Has to be. And then I have a husband and wife in North Dakota, Bismarck, North Dakota, and they were in line for the grand opening of a Chick-fil-A.
Oh, what was the line wait? 30
At
minutes
least 30 minutes. They have been waiting in line
to get the food.
But here's what happened. They had already put their order in and everything, and then they get the call. The woman is 2 days away from her due date, and they've been trying to get her, I guess, induced or whatever. So they get the call that now's the time, we can get you in. And so they had to make the difficult decision and talk the Chick-fil-A employees into letting them out of moving the cones and letting them out of line.
Aw.
But they were like, we really want our Chick-fil-A, though.
Yeah, but this one's different because I feel like she's not having the baby in the line.
Yeah.
Like, you could have waited. You could have got your food.
That's what I said. It's like, what is the hospital going to question you if you arrive another 5 minutes late? I guess maybe they didn't know how much longer they'd have to be in line.
Well, they might smell it on you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, were you just a Chick-fil-A?
Well, we already had our food when you called.
They say that they had already ordered the food through the app. So, yeah, you don't want to get out of line.
Yeah,
but they did.
That's what they did. Now, they said that, of course, the husband especially was very disappointed that they weren't able to get their food, but he was able to go back later and pick up their order after the baby was born.
Oh, they got
And then
there.
they also gave the baby a cow, one of the stuffed cows from Chick-fil-A.
From the place. That's
Yeah.
cute.
So,
Aw, look at all these nice stories.
Yeah, happy ending. And then I was thinking to myself, reading these two stories, I'd be horrible at being pregnant. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because I get stressed out when I have to go to the bathroom.
Sure.
And I have, I'm in the car and I'm like, uh-oh, what am I going to do? Am I going to stop traffic because I have to go to the bathroom? So if it was pregnant, it'd be even worse. Yeah, I don't think I could do it.
I don't like to draw attention to myself.
Yeah.
So I would just be like, no, I got it.
Just hold it in. Hold it in.
If they keep talking long enough, they're bound to say something that you agree with. The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
Nikki, you know what today is?
Today is, yay, Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Is it? December 8th of the 2021.
And what comes on December 8th every year?
Is it a holiday today?
It is. It's the holiday season.
Well, yeah.
Hoop-de-doo.
We already have a holiday season, and then just adding more.
Yeah, this is it's one of the 12 days of Christmas. I consider it to be. It's National Brownie Day.
Oh, now that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, well,
I've
okay.
had a brownie in forever.
Don't get too excited.
Is there not? Well,
There's
we don't
no
have
deals.
We don't have brownie places.
There's no place that has no, but that's like the typical, like a Domino's or whatever. They all have brownies. That's one of their desserts, right?
I don't know.
I feel that's a staple of a pizza place or whatever. Just like the lowest possible effort dessert, but they still feel like they have to have one on the menu, and they can overcharge for it.
No, that's the cookie.
Well, yeah, those cookies are they're really phoning it in on those.
So what do you get today?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
What makes you think you would get something?
Well, is there like have you ever had brownie brittle?
What's that?
Guys, has anybody else had brownie brittle? It's in this bag. I can't have it.
Why not?
It's just too much.
Is it just like the Oreo wine? It's just you and the brownie brittle doesn't mix? Yeah.
Can't. It's really thin, like crunchy brownies, but it's just brittle. So it's brittle.
Okay. See,
It's so
but
good.
I like a fudgy brownie, so
Oh,
that doesn't
no.
sound like me at all.
It's not like what you think it is. If you Google brownie brittle, it's so good. I should get you a bag.
Yeah, that sounds. I'll try it.
They
for
have
sure.
it at Costco, and so it's even sadder because it's such a big bag.
Well, why don't you bring one in to share?
I'm gonna have to leave it here.
That sounds that sounds like it's worth a shot. You know what I like?
I should get that for National Brownie Day.
Yeah, right. The day's not over. There's still time.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say for Brownie Day, I don't know if it counts, if it falls under the category of Brownie Day, but I really like blondies. You like blondies?
Yes.
Aren't blondies the best?
They're the best.
So good.
They're way better than a normal brownie.
They are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, they get overlooked, and everything is all about brownies. But to me, you give me a blondie, I'm a happy guy.
Any day.
Yep.
And brownie brittle. I'm going to get you on board
yep.
that. What if there was a blondie brownie brittle?
Whoa, blondie brittle.
Is there anything like that?
There could be. I don't know, but see, blondies are already overlooked, so.
Oh, there is.
There is?
Oh, geez.
Like, is it easy to come by, like Betty Crocker, or?
Looks like a little Amazon purchase could happen today.
You think?
Yeah, I don't want to go in the store and just get brownies on brownie day. I don't want to be that person.
Yeah, right. You don't want to be basic.
No, I don't, even though I am. I'll live up to it.
I'll tell you, when it comes to blondies, they're so overlooked. The last time I was in a situation a couple of weeks back where I was like, I need to make some, like a brownie or a blondie or something. I went looking for a blondie mix because I got to make them from scratch. What am I, Emerald? But
That's your example.
Yeah.
Is he still around?
What do you mean? He probably owns like several restaurants.
Okay.
What am I?
You got to get more current.
What am I, Wolfgang Puck?
Oh, there's another one. That's all you got.
What am I? Rachel Ray?
Oh, no, just don't bother with
I
any
think
new
Rachel Ray
people.
always says she doesn't bake, she cooks. I've seen that on Last Week Tonight a few times. Anyways, but yeah, you can't buy a Betty Crocker Blondie mix, going back to like what we were talking about 2 minutes ago. You can't buy a mix, at least I couldn't at the grocery store.
Sure.
They only have brownie mixes.
well,
That was where
celebrate
I had a
how-
big disappointment there.
Celebrate. That was the disappointment.
Yeah.
Celebrate how you can today, but it doesn't look there's no deals.
No.
But it is brownie day.
Duncan Hines isn't going to help you out.
You just heard the worst of the worst. We'd give you the best of the best, but we'd have to find that. As soon as we do, you'll be the first to know.